Welcome to Eat Well, Live Well. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Susan.
And we are back with episode 5 of, here we go, Zen and Zesty Sips and Bites.
Wow. Good job. Good job.
Yes. And we have been having a blast with this series. If you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you go back. We have taste tested everything with quite a few people and thumbs up.
Major thumbs up.
Everything. So you definitely want this in your rotation. So today we are coming in with
vegan protein Superseed cookies.
Yum. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, kind of like our title, you know. Okay, so let's just dive right in.
Yeah, let's dive right in.
So these are, of course, going to have some protein. This is a half a cup of protein.
Protein powder, correct?
Protein powder.
Yes.
Protein powder.
And you can use any flavor?
Any flavor you want. Okay. This one is salted caramel, but you could use chocolate, vanilla, pumpkin, whatever flavor your favorite vegan protein has.
Perfect.
Yes. And then we have some almond flour.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about almond flour?
Yeah, almond flour is a nice alternative to regular flour or wheat flour. It has it's lower calorie and has a lot of different nutritional benefits to it. And it's great for baking. We discussed that before. It's one of your top 2 alternates, right?
Yes, it is. It definitely is. And then we just have full oats, old-fashioned rolled oats that we're going to add to it.
Yeah. And remember, oats are they give you a lot of fiber, they're slow digestion, so they're gonna keep you fuller longer when you have a cookie.
And if you don't want the full cup of the oats, you could powder some of them too, like put them in your Vitamix and chop them up a little bit. Some people may not like the texture in cookies, but I love oatmeal cookies, so I'm leaving it whole.
You could do like an oat flour, but you say half and half.
I would
don't
say
do the
half
whole
and
thing.
half.
Okay.
That's exactly right. And then we're gonna add it, whoops, it's kind of stuck there. The salt. It must be a little humid in here.
Well, the weather is changing yet again.
It's
yes.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Me neither.
And then a half a can't even talk, teaspoon of baking powder. And that's gonna help them to rise.
Yes.
Okay?
So I always like this one. What's the difference between baking powder and baking soda?
Baking soda is something that it also adds fluff to things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's got a saltier taste to it, where the baking powder just helps with the rising of the word I'm looking for, holding it all together.
Oh,
binding.
Perfect.
Binding with that. Okay. And then we're gonna add some coconut oil. It's a half a cup.
It doesn't have to be melted.
It doesn't have to be melted because I'm going to use my trusty little mixer.
Nice.
And mix it all up.
We did a lot of melting yesterday.
Oh my gosh. chocolate. Yeah. Okay, and then I've got, need a teaspoon of this. There we go. Got that teaspoon. Okay. We're on a roll now. We're on a roll. That's that. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of honey in here.
Honey or maple syrup?
This is honey this time. I like it for the crunchiness in a cookie. Blended with the coconut oil, it kind of makes it more crunchy than the maple syrup.
So someone who doesn't want to use honey, can they sub it out? Like if I would rather use like maple syrup, totally fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally fine.
Okay, great.
And then I'm gonna use, right here, I'm gonna use the chia, like I made them like the eggs.
Oh, okay.
The chia paste.
So chia paste is typically like 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, maybe 3 tablespoons of water.
Yep.
And so that's your egg replacer.
Yes. Again, a binding agent. Because you got to have something that's going to hold these cookies together. Otherwise, they'll just be melty all over.
We don't want melted cookies.
No, we don't want melty.
We like melted chocolate, but we don't want melted cookies.
Right. And then we're going to sprinkle in some flaxseed too.
All right. So this is filled with some nice omega-3s.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It is.
And we want those omega-3s. And we really have to, I'm just going to say, we really kind of have to work diligently to get in our omega-3s. We typically get a lot of omega-6s, but we want a ratio that is like 1 part omega-3 to 3 parts omega-6 to keep this balance. But what happens is a lot of times we have maybe 1 part omega-3 to 8 parts omega-6. So we do want to work intentionally to get these in, and there's so many health benefits to doing that.
And I'm just going to turn on my mixer on about medium just to get it going.
Now, if someone doesn't have a KitchenAid, can they mix by hand?
Yes, they can mix by hand. They can use just a stand mixer also. It's flinging. I just saw it fling something.
She's flinging things at me.
So I'm going to scrape down the edges now.
Okay. So you can do it by hand. You can, when you say hand mix, you mean like the type you had yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I call it the old-fashioned one.
The old-fashioned one.
But that may be what most people have, you know.
Yeah.
For
Or
sure.
a lot of people just really go old school. And
Yes.
Get their arm workout
Yes,
in.
they
Doing it by hand.
They do. Okay, so I'm gonna mix a little bit more. And if it's not getting the consistency that you want, you can add a little water so it'll stick, so they'll stick together. So I'm gonna get a little bit of water.
All right, perfect.
Because it's not doing what I want.
Live. Again, we are live.
Yeah.
But it's good to see, you know, she's like taking a look at what she's making, and it's like, oh, you know, it doesn't look right. And I always used to have this question: if a recipe doesn't come out right, is it you or is it the recipe? But I found there's so many variables. It literally could be the climate that you're cooking in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I had no idea. It could be your oven. It various different things.
Definitely.
And
your
even the
oven's
ingredients themselves, depending on their age of the ingredient, can make a difference.
And then lastly, I'm going to add our chocolate chips. Again, chocolate.
Chocolate. We listen.
We overdid chocolate. Can you?
Is it possible to overdo chocolate?
I don't know.
Maybe the amount of filming we did yesterday and how much we were eating, maybe we might have overdone it. But in general, if you're just making these things one at a time or for a party, you're not overdoing it.
That's right.
I say there's nothing wrong with a little chocolate in your life every day.
I love chocolate.
I love chocolate too, and a little bit. I love salty. Like when people ask, "Are you sweet or salty?" I am more salty, so give me salty chocolate, and we are talking about the win of wins. But I do like a little bit of chocolate. I can't lie.
The darker the better.
The darker the better.
Yeah. Okay.
You need help?
I gotta just get it to bust loose.
And she went to the gym this morning. She
Yeah,
did.
she's tired today. She's tired today. We did a lot of taping yesterday, but it was fun.
It was
had a
fun.
lot of fun. We actually did. Okay. So here we are.
All right. So
And now it looks like dough. Before it wasn't looking like dough, it was looking too powdery still. So now I've got it. And I don't have a clear, unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have a clear bowl that fits my my KitchenAid. Maybe I have to get a clear one so they can see.
Another reason to shop.
I know, right? Another tool in my kitchen. Okay. So now what I like to grab is my trusty little
That's what I use.
scoop.
Love it. Now, are these baked cookies or no baked cookies?
Baked cookies.
Okay, so these are.
So you're gonna
we're
put these in
smell them.
a 350 oven. For my oven was almost 12 minutes.
Okay.
So it could be anywhere, I say, from 8 to 12 minutes. And also depending on how you like your cookies too. Do you like a crunchier or do you like a softer cookie?
yeah.
I like crunchier cookies.
Yeah.
My husband likes softer cookies. Go figure.
Yeah.
So then I'm just gonna take and I'm just gonna
I'm trying to
a
think
little
what I
scoop.
like. I think I like crunchier.
Well, I like it to
think,
have
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
crispy around the edges,
Yeah,
you know?
I think I like
kinda
crunchier.
that. Me too. Me too. So there.
Yeah, yum. These look delicious.
And then we're gonna pop these in the oven, and then we're gonna come back in just a few seconds with our
Ooh,
sip.
this is a heavy.
Our sip. Yes, Pamper Chef again.
I'm like, my goodness, this is like a little workout, this tray. So we're gonna put them in?
Put them in the oven. And we'll be right back.
All right, now we are moving on to the sip part of our bites and sip. And this is a perfect pairing. So what do we have here?
Okay, this is a Sleepytime mocktail. Not cocktail, mocktail.
That's a different,
I almost
different
said
kind of sleepy
cocktail.
time.
Yes, I know, right? Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna do with this is you're gonna get a little plate and you're gonna sprinkle some coconut sugar on it, and then you're going to zest some of your orange onto the plate, and then peel off some of your thyme and put it on there, okay?
Right,
and so I'm gonna use these oranges that I already have cut that we're gonna squeeze later, and you see how I'm gonna put a little on the rim,
I like it,
okay?
pretty.
And then we're just gonna roll in here and get a little bit on the edge. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
It's so pretty.
You can do the whole thing, or you can just do an edge like that.
Yeah.
You could roll the whole glass and get it all over it. So I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah. So this is a fancy Sleepytime Mocktail, and this one has a lot of relaxation promoting ingredients in it. So it's gonna be fun to dive into some of these.
Nice. Okay. All right. So in the little jar here, I already have, I used 3 tea bags because we're making a double batch. So you want a strong chamomile tea, and chamomile tea is caffeine free, so
yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
For the evening time.
Yes.
So that's what we have here.
Yes.
Do you want to say anything about
I
chamomile tea?
do.
Okay.
So the tea is it's very well known for reducing stress and promoting relaxation properties because it actually has mild sedative properties to it. It also improves sleep because it contains an antioxidant that binds to certain receptors that we have in our brain that also promotes sleep quality. And then it has other great benefits, but we're specifically talking on the sleepy time.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Yes.
All right. Now to that, we're going to add Tart. Whoops! I lost the cube. We're gonna add Tart cherry juice.
Yeah, now Tart cherry juice kind of made its rounds, like really came into the forefront last year, 2 years ago, and it's unbelievable with its health benefits. It's a great sleep enhancer. It contains natural melatonin, which promotes better sleep. It's anti-inflammatory, which reduces inflammation, obviously, and muscle soreness. It's great for heart health, supports cardiovascular health due to its high antioxidant properties, and it's great for joint health. So it helps manage arthritis symptoms and reduce joint pain. It's a powerhouse, Tart cherry. Now, I'm always like, you want to buy organic and you want to make sure it doesn't have extra additives and things. You want the pure Tart cherry juice.
Tart cherry juice, yes. What is it? It's juice versus
concentrate.
Concentrate.
Yes.
So that's what you want. You want concentrate. You don't want the juice.
Correct.
You don't want the juice.
You don't want the juice.
You want the concentrate.
Yes.
You want the full benefit of that. You don't want it watered down, basically.
Correct.
And no sugar added.
Correct.
We want to make sure that you don't add sugar to it, because you're going to add your sweetness here with that some maple syrup. This is Nancy's favorite. You could add honey if you're a person who likes honey more than maple syrup. Some people just don't like the flavor of maple syrup versus they're just used to honey, you know. And then we're gonna add, this is our super powerhouse. This is our magnesium. And Nancy's probably got a book about this.
Yeah, so we'll keep magnesium, you probably heard, like it's a muscle relaxator, and it prevents cramps. It improves your sleep because it helps regulate melatonin production, and it calms your nerves. It's essential for our nervous system health and reducing stress or anxiety. So you have 3 things in here, all geared to helping you sleep better, reducing stress, reducing anxiety.
Ooh, it smells good.
It does smell good.
Okay, so with the magnesium, you can see it turned it a really pretty, like pinky purple color. So we're gonna pour this over some ice. A little bit for Nancy.
Gosh, it's Friday. It's kind of dreary out. I hope I don't fall asleep.
I know, we still have more to do.
But if anyone knows me, I can always use anything that reduces stress and anxiety.
And then we're gonna squeeze a little bit of this juice.
Yeah,
and if you're fancy, you can put it on the edge, you know.
And that's just a little dose of vitamin C in there.
And then we're gonna top it with a little bit of sparkling water.
Yes, and we were having a conversation before. Some people will ask, is sparkling water, does it count towards your daily water intake? Yes. There are some people that will tell you no because it does have the bicarbonate properties to it, but it's water, so it counts. And I love sparkling water.
Okay, you know what, Nancy? I'm gonna pull those cookies out of the oven
All right.
now. I think they're quite ready. Yes.
So think about this, like it's nighttime, you're like winding down, you're like, I want a little treat, I want to help myself sleep tonight. You know, kind of at the beginning where we were saying it's not a cocktail, it's a mocktail. A lot of times with alcohol, people will think that that's going to help them sleep better, but it actually does just the opposite. Your body is working to get rid of it, and it has a lot of different properties that actually don't help you sleep better. So you want a nice mix with the Sleepytime Mocktail, and then have a cookie that is just delicious, but also really nutritious. And that's a great way to end the evening. Yeah, I know, they look delicious.
This looks delicious. Okay, do we want to try a hot cookie?
Oh my gosh, I think so.
Okay. We had already prepped a plate with some other cookies that we made previously, but we're taking a hot one for this.
Taking a hot one.
We're taking a hot one for this. We just have to be careful. Don't burn ourselves with the chocolate.
Oh my God.
And don't burn yourself on this plate.
All right.
Okay.
So we're doing a cookie first?
You know what? First, I'm going to get rid of this because I'm so afraid one of us is going to touch this and burn ourselves.
One of us, I think she means me.
No. Okay. So
we know who is not as skilled around the kitchen.
Let's taste our mocktail.
Oh, okay.
You want to?
Yep.
Okay. Cheers. Okay, make sure you get all the goodness.
Oh, that's right. I have to go on this side.
Oh,
that's
nice.
That is really, really good.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I could just sit on the couch and sip this now on this dreary day.
That is delicious.
Okay, now
oh
go.
My gosh.
Let's go for the cookie.
Okay.
And these are a little bit softer than what I would probably cook these more. That's delicious.
Set yourself up for some serious comfort. Listen, if you're in Texas, it's about to get really cold.
Oh my gosh.
Well, by the time this airs, it's been cold.
Yes.
But it's probably going to get cold again. And then we know if you're in the northern states, it's going to stay cold for a while.
Yeah.
This is a perfect combination. A hot cookie, the Sleepytime Mocktail, which then segues very nice into summertime too.
And it's all very low sugar. That's
Yeah.
one point we want to make. It's all very low sugar. And so it's not going to spike you
Yes.
in the evening,
Yep.
you know, or in the middle of the night where your blood sugar drops or whatever because you've had too much sugar.
Yep.
And another thing it has, which helps to balance it out even more, is it has protein in it.
Yes.
Because we put the protein powder in it. So,
Exactly.
We're
Yeah.
super excited over here. They're so delicious. Oh, and I didn't turn my phone off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry.
All right, so that's it. Sleepytime Mocktail, Superseed cookies. We'll have the recipe ingredients below. And please let us know if you try them. Make it a great day.
Bye.
Bye.